And yes, my friends, how exciting is this Nugget Report with two of my favorite people in the whole world with me. And of course, we have one of them completely incognito. And we also have another one semi-incognito. This is the Nugget Report, sponsored by Midas Gold Group. And we have a very good friend of ours, Mr. Tabster. That's one of our nicknames for him. Hey, Tab.
Hey.
I want to do something. Wait. Ready? Okay, here we go.
Salute.
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 Salute. Those
are
my
fantastic.
Two guys that I got from a friend, a couple of friends, some of the friends with Lens. They've been sending me some really cool keepsake stuff. And so, of course, I got that in the studio. And we want to say a hello to you and see how you are doing this fine Saturday morning.
Doing very well. Thank you. How are you guys?
Doing good. Doing good.
Hey, I like your makeshift little studio there. That's kind of cool.
Do you like that? So I scrounged around here to find everything related. Most of my keepsakes, like yours and Juan's books, are not here, but this is what I came up with. So we have the hat, the mug, and then David Clement's game that he put out. I think probably a year back, 2 years back now. So
yeah, I saw that. It was so funny. It says Hunter Biden's laptop not included. It was so much fun. But you know what? So here's what we're going to do today, guys. We are going to have fun reminiscing. Tab, there's a lot of folks who've seen and listened to your raps for many years, as you graciously allowed me to put them at the end of my videos. And so this is actually the first time I believe that you've done any sort of quote unquote interview presentation, if you will. And so I thought it would be super fun to kind of go through some reminiscing, so some of the newer folks can see, how long you've been involved with the particular videos and my growth over the years. You've been there, I think, since almost the beginning. And I don't know if you noticed, but in the intro, did you notice the little shape of your studio? Did you notice that?
I did. I wasn't going to say the egg. Yeah, that's great. Nice touch, Cobb. Nice touch.
Oh, he's so good. You know what's so fun, Tab? It's been a blast. And for the friends, is for years, I would be working on a particular video, right? Doing my thing. You had no idea, Tab, what I was working on. And then you would be producing a rap and it would be totally synced up with what I'm going to be highlighting in a particular video. It just blew me away. And we've had that happen for many, many years. And just as an FYI to folks, we've never seen Tav. Well, this is as far as we've gotten. So we respect that. We obviously have been in communication with him via email, right, Tab? We've been talking for many years because, of course, your videos are at the end of my videos. And then just recently, just kind of going back and forth, Greg coming into it. And so the three of us have been just chit-chatting back and forth for a couple of years now. So that's a little bit of the backdrop for the friends. And so, again, we're respecting your anonymity. Is that how you say it?
Well, anon's nice too. That's a pretty common one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a fourth person that's been in this group here with us.
Oh, we know who it is. Who is it, Tab?
Well, I've seen. Don't
put him on the spot. Hang on. We're not going to put
I know. Is it Cole?
On the spot.
Who is it? The Maestro?
It's the Maestro. And matter of fact,
of course.
We forgot to invite him here. So, Father, you are welcome.
Yep.
Please.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay,
amen.
There have been so many syncs just over and over and over again,
it's
right?
Crazy.
It's crazy good. And, of course, I've been seeing some of your eggs in your wraps, and you don't know it yet in full detail, but today is Saturday, and it's the 9th of March. And tomorrow, there's going to be the first part of, quote unquote, Tav Marks the Spot. And that's coming out tomorrow. And then I'm going to be putting this Nugget Report out on Tuesday. And then the part 2 of Tav Marks the Spot is going to come out on Thursday. So you're in between these very pivotal, I believe, points to ponder because, the news unlocks. And I think this is just my gut on your quote unquote avatar and your name, Tab. It is a pointer to the eclipse, and that is the God angle of it. Okay. And I go into detail on those 2 videos. But the bottom line is, and I just want to say it again, I want to say a salute and give a salute to the good generals, the Q team, the Q
Yes.
operation that's been in the work for decades. And I sincerely believe that they stepped in the gap for the world, but for the American citizens, we were asleep. We didn't really realize what was going on behind the scenes in terms of this cabal deep state taking over our country. Okay, we're seeing it now, but we're in this waking up process. But I believe that God gave us the quote unquote warning. It was a warning. And I think that the good generals saw that. They figured that out many, many, many years ago. And they said, look, we need to do something to correct the course that America's on. That's the way I view it. It is huge. And again, these next 2 points to ponder, well, the one that just went out several days ago, and then the second one, I think these are 2 of the most important ones because of that fact, not necessarily, Tab, that it's bringing you in personally, but what is really going on and what the good generals are trying to redeem, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you so much to them, all of them. My gosh, and these songs originally were dedicated to them, and of course to God, and it continues to be that way. So, and of course you too, Cab. I just want to publicly say to you, Kellyanne, thank you so much for including me in your videos. You've taught, I'm preaching to the choir here, but you've taught everybody so much about this movement, and I'm one of those people. So thank you so much.
It's been such an honor to have your songs because in fact, I want to kind of touch on that. How did we connect the first time? Do you remember?
I think it was a crazier time back then. I think I joined Twitter because of you. You were telling people to come on over, and I jumped in. Uh-huh. And I had not had social media really in my life, so it was a learning curve for me. So when I joined Twitter, I started to find like-minded people, and you were of course one of them. And I think I may have, after recording the first song, sent it to you and said, hey, just for what it's worth, I've been following you. Here's Back on Top, and I think you listened and you responded, which was shocking to me because, of course, coming into this, I had no plans of doing this. I just wanted to help in some way, and I think that's how we connected.
Yeah, and you know what? I think one of the first memories I have is I was doing the Dark to Light series. Do you remember that with the pizza cake? And I just remember doing that one graphic of the 2 owls, remember the freaky flock, because you had it in your song, Fly, Roths, Fly, and along with your freaky flock or something like that. That's the first time I kind of remember, because it's been almost 6 years now, right? So forgive us if we don't remember. I've got videos. I don't even know what's in all of these videos, right? I mean, I'd have to go through it and, what is catalog, what's the album. But I kind of remember that as the first kind of connection. What's really interesting about your first song, and again, your songs do have a lot of eggs in them, little clues, little nuggets, if you will. And you just happened to put your first song out with the 523, right? I already know what the cue drop is, checkmate, right? So that was your first song, your first rap. And it's kind of gone on from there. And I know, Tav, I just got to ask you, I know you love your pie. You love it a lot.
I do enjoy my pie. Yes, I do. Thank you. Yeah, and not just around the holidays, too, it seems like.
It's so funny because in the part 1 that I just posted a couple of days ago, we talk about the pie and the delta. And I did find some eggs and how you're pointing to some of these key songs, right? Tying again to the tab, to the 2 eclipses, okay? Super, super important. But yeah, it's really interesting, that the key cue drop, News Unlocks, basically, right? We're able to connect the dots a little bit better. It puts these puzzle pieces together. And I literally had the aha when, Hubby, you actually brought me the El Shaddai Ministries. They've done the breakdown of these eclipses. I was completely oblivious to it because I'm, in 20 different directions. I can't look at everything, but you brought it to me. And when I saw all of it, I'm like, OMG, this is it. This is a huge, huge puzzle piece. And it's very interesting that some of the key numbers in these, Greg, Hubby, I told you to turn off your phone. What in the world? Just kidding. It's all right.
I'll put it in the other room.
Okay, but it's still loud. Okay, but anyway.
You have me checking my phone right now.
Love it. It's too much fun. But what was I saying? See, now that distracted me, so I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying, guys?
You were talking about the article with El Shaddai.
Oh, right, El Shaddai. Okay, right. With the the numbers all associated with these eclipses. Well, gee, they just happen to be key Q drops. Okay, so that's another indicator that the good generals knew exactly what was going on, and they're attaching this Q movement, this Q operation to get rid of the freaks. Okay, they're attaching it to these eclipse, the tab. They're attaching it to those numbers, and it's absolutely amazing to me. It was a huge light bulb moment. And so, yes, the hubby, I'm going to give him a gold star right now. Watch this, guys. Right there, babe. See, I can do that to him. There's his gold star. With Matt, and I just put him kind of on the screen, but the hubby gets the real deal. So, anyways,
okay.
The beauty of post-production, right?
OMG, what in the world? I'm just kidding. So, anyways, Tab, I would like to ask you something.
Yeah, sure.
What is your favorite rap so far that you've done? I know you have to have a favorite.
You
have to pick one.
Well, to be honest with you, it's very difficult for me to listen to them. I hate the sound of my voice. So I have a tough time with all of them, but there's early on getting into this and just sitting alone in isolation with God and feeling, it's this kind of dance that I get to do when I'm by myself. And it had been so long since I'd been creative in my own way. So it's all dedicated to my Savior for sure. And It's Our Time is one of those songs that really I felt when I was writing it. I felt him. I felt his spirit. So that one is certainly up there for sure. Yeah, they're all, some of them are a little darker, some of them are a little lighter, but for sure, ones that were the experience that I had making it, those ones for me. But I'd say It's Our Time is up there for sure.
Isn't that something? I'm going to put that at the end of this video, and I do remember it. Very interesting. And again, I'm just throwing it out there. Remember, the songs are out there publicly, so I will say to the friends, just kind of read between the lines. I do remember kind of the gist of that song. Tab, I mean, you have done, how many raps have you done to date? Do you know? Do you have a number?
I think it's 81 so far. And, I hope, God willing, I hope I get to make another 81. I have a lot left in the tank. I have a stack of songs that I've been writing over the years. I probably have 40 songs that I haven't been able to get out. But I think it's 81 so far, yeah.
81, mirror 18, and 40, huh? Simple songs. But we'll continue on. Yeah, you write all your songs on a loose leaf, right? Okay, that's pretty interesting. You know what? One of my, I love Fire. I love that song, okay? The more of the recent one is just really, really good. But let's talk a little bit about Discernment. Remember that? Remember when you wrote that? That was so fun.
That's another one of my favorites too, actually. I'm sure once you say a few, they'll strike something in me. But yeah, Discernment was very important to me. Sorry to cut you off, but during those times, there was a lot of backlash for what you were putting out, and I was not only a fan, maybe not your biggest fan, but a fan nonetheless. And I felt compelled to kind of defend what you were doing and what I believed in. And so discernment was kind of a light shot at those people who weren't believing what we were believing. So
I love it. Who's my biggest fan?
Oh, I think we know who's your biggest fan. Just get out the book and it'll show you.
Want to save it, right? I love it. It's so funny. But yeah, discernment. Okay, so friends, and the friends who've been with us, right, for many years, Tab, we know, we kind of recognize their names, etc.
Yeah.
They were there on Twitter, okay? They were there on all the big accounts that were going after me. Because what was I doing? I was just thinking outside the box. I'm like, why would it be so hard to believe that some of these people who we think are quote unquote dead really aren't, okay? They had to take themselves off center stage, went into witness protection, the military helping out with that. Why would we think that that's so far-fetched? It's not, right? We know what the freaks are capable of. And so I was just thinking outside the box. I just dove in and I had major accounts just coming after me, right? And I'm going, what in the world? All I'm doing is thinking. It's my one opinion. Why are you getting your panties in a wad? And then you came out with discernment. And that was so important at that time because I was just being attacked from every angle, man. It was crazy. I had one of the main accounts saying, I hate you. I'm like, OMG, seriously? Like, oh, I'm doing the same. There's a possibility, right? I'm doing research. I mean, I just get so out of whack. And I'm like, and so then you wrote that song and it was so good. So that's one of my all-time favorite songs as well. But you know what I kind of feel what I want to say, and you know this because I've kind of expressed this to you. I wish that I could just stop like everything that's happening in terms of DJT, the junior settings, because I'm getting ready to pivot back towards junior again and do some of those communications that I've been collecting. I always am collecting things, have my folders. People probably, in terms of the Cheyenne Mountain team, they're probably going, oh, she missed it. No, it's in a folder somewhere. You know what I mean? But I forgot what I was going to say. What was I saying? Guys.
Well, there is definitely too much for you to cover in a 24-hour period. There's no question, Cab. I've told you, privately so many times, your brain is a supercomputer. It's phenomenal what you've acquired and cultivated. I think about how much I've learned from other people in this movement, the Friends with Lens, bringing their tidbits of information too. It's such a cohesion of like-minded people, and Matt talks about that too. Your group of people and the alongsiders, and it's a cut above for sure. This group of people.
Yeah, and I know what I was going to say too. Thank you for that, Tab. Is your songs okay? So you got these 81 raps, and I wish I could just stop everything, right? In terms of all of those angles, that's what I was saying, and just go through all of your songs because I'm telling you, friends. This is just a challenge to the friends out there. Go to his raps and just start at the beginning and work your way through those 81 raps. There are so many nuggets and eggs, as Tav likes to call them, in there. And a lot of the future proves past. It shakes out. So it's absolutely amazing. But I wish I could dive deeper into your stuff. And really just, even when I highlight them at the end of my videos, I try and put my graphics in to match, as I kind of go through on the timeline, I get better and I see other things that kind of go with your songs. So I might add some additions to it as I'm putting them at the end of my videos. But there are plenty of your songs that are in your library over on Rumble that I haven't been able to, incorporate into my videos. I remember at the beginning you were pumping them out, right? And I was trying to keep up with them. I probably got most of those in at least once, but I wasn't really putting graphics in at that point. So there's kind of like the go-to, if you will. I've got your folders in the tab folder with all of your songs. And I, usually when I'm editing, I just pick one of those and put it in there. And so like, for instance, Common Sense, I just did some graphics to that. And it was highlighted in the last Points to Ponder I did. And I just happened to go to it and bring it in before the aha moment came with the tab and the eclipses. And so anyways, you've got a lot of really good wraps in there. And I just want to encourage people to go and take a look at them because they're really, really good. And if someone wants to take a stab and start decoding them, see what you can find, if you have some time, that would be fantabulous because I think they are a wealth, and I mean wealth of information. They're gold. To me, they're gold. And that's why I always do kind of like the emoji where I'm like saying, presenting the Tabster. You know what I mean? I just feel really honored that you've allowed me to put them into the videos. So I just want to, again, say a thank you to that.
Thank you as well. I'm honored to be in your videos, Cab. So thank you. And just to be here. It's only by the grace of God, and I truly mean that. So thank you. And as I look up right now, thank you. So that's
as you look up, what time is it?
No, I'm just looking up to the sky.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was time. It's crazy. We cannot get away from the numbers. No. And in fact, Tab, I'm just going to throw this out. You know how we did a test video right before we did this one?
Yeah.
Right. We had to make sure guess when I started it, and I didn't see it till after I went up to the library to listen to it to make sure the audio was good. 9:25. Okay. All right. So I'm going, Greg, what in the world? Greg, what did you say?
Footsteps are ordered.
Our footsteps are definitely ordered.
Yeah.
So guys, is there anything else that either of you would like to contribute? Tab, I'd love to have you on again in the future.
Sure.
Maybe in about a month. Would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah,
is there anything else that you two would like to add to this very historical Nugget report? Anybody?
Go right ahead.
Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
No, go right ahead, Tab.
Well, this was so impromptu. I think you asked me, Cab, 2 days ago to do this?
Yes.
2 or 3. And so as I scrounge my belongings here, maybe next time I'll have a better showcase of some of the things that, I hold dear in this movement. And hopefully we'll continue to get some more things that are collectors. Yes. And I've had such a great time doing them. It's honestly the joy of my life. So I want to thank you, and thank you to everybody that's listened. So
and you know what? Your George mug is perfect. It's the mug. It's your mug. Get it?
Mm-hmm. that's in
the shape of an egg.
Right.
I
should have put an egg in there. Sure.
That would be good. I'm one step ahead of you, Tab. One step ahead of you.
Always. You always are. Absolutely.
Tab, your songs are on Rumble, or your songs on YouTube also?
Not anymore. I got the boot, and from Twitter as well. That great, the big purge. So just Rumble for me, and that's where they'll stay until otherwise. If who knows what's going to happen in the future, but they're up on Rumble. So that's where you can find them.
And you do have, obviously, you have all of your recordings, right? So if they ever did take it off of Rumble, you would still have the originals, correct?
I do. On the old laptop. I mean, I'm sure everybody who's been in this for, the last half decade, would say they've worn out a computer or two. So
Tab, you're scaring me. You're scaring me. You know why you're scaring me, right?
What's the why?
Because it's on your old laptop. Okay, we have problems.
It is concerning for sure. I'm not the most tech savvy person, so it is concerning. I do have an external hard drive though, so I'm okay.
You have them all. Okay.
I do. Thank you for checking. I was concerned too. After YouTube went down, I started to get a little worried about that. So
right, I've got multiple copies, but I say that just in case I need to put them over to the locals library. I have a couple of your wraps over there, the ones that I've done the graphics to. But again, I still have lots to put in the library. I just haven't had time to breathe. But I am working on it slowly but surely. But, I just don't want your stuff to completely disappear, but if you get kicked off of those places, we could always at least put them up on the locals library. We could put them in my library underneath your playlist. I mean, just for future reference. If that happens, we shall see. We never know, right?
Never know.
Never know.
I have a few questions.
Oh, you do?
Believe it or not.
Oh my gosh, the hubby.
Please,
the hubby has a few questions. Love it.
Tab, who do you listen to? I know the people who are your audience and Tab's audience would like to know who do you listen to in the movement? Who do you go to and listen to?
Well, because I started in the beginning, I've been following Q since the beginning. A lot of channels are no longer. And over time, you kind of you change what you think and believe and what you resonate with. So it's changed over the years for sure, as I'm sure it has for everybody. I'm speaking to the choir here with this audience, but it's changed and rightly or wrongly, the channels that you watch, I truly believe that it all serves a purpose for guiding you in the direction of truth. So to say one over another, obviously, I think it's apparent that this is my home base and the Nugget Report, number one, and your videos, Cab. But I'll watch Nino. I'll watch, when Jen was putting out her videos, that was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of 4VKM. I think everybody should be watching those videos. Yeah. Enjoy the show. Q's posts have so many meanings, of course, multiple meanings, and enjoy the show. It has to be one of the top ones because, as Juan talks about the political show, then you have this wrestling show that Andrew at 4VKM covers, and that is a show in itself. My gosh. So there's, that's the best part of being in this community, in this movement. You kind of get to choose your flavor and what resonates with you. Right. And that for me, I enjoy the levity of some shows more than others. Some things, there's a lot of seriousness going on these days. And so it's, and that's another reason why I wanted to be light with most of the songs and keep them light, because it's rough. It's a tough time, obviously. And so, I do watch the shows that are kind of up to date and current, because the news moves too quickly to watch something from a week ago. So yeah,
it's crazy. I know. Yeah, you know what? Just FYI, I told the friends, you actually came up with the Kelly's Keys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did.
Really?
That was, I would have loved to be there and meet everybody and give them a big hug, but I couldn't make it. But that's okay.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure it will. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the trip. I thought you were speaking about the trip. My apologies.
No, you said that you named Kelly's Keys in the beginning.
Oh, I see what you mean. You want to cut this? That's fine. We can start again.
Wait, no, we're not editing. So far, it's so good. Everything's good.
Sure. Okay.
It's so funny. No, Kelly's Keys. Remember, you came up
the
with
name. Yeah. I mean, what? Kelly's Keys, the alliteration of it for me when you were trying to figure that out, it just hit me because, that banner, by the way, that Esther 414 for such a time as this, it's perfect. So yeah, that was fun. And I remember when you started Kelly's Keys, I said to you privately, I said, I'm going to write an intro song for you. Do you remember me saying that? I said that to you, and I apologize that I didn't follow through on that.
Wait a minute.
I'm just calling myself out here at this point.
I
said to you, listen, I'm going to try to, conjure something up really short. Of course, it's an intro. It can't be too long. But I fell through on that. And so I want to publicly apologize to you.
You owe me an intro song.
I know. I'm sorry. It's in the stack with all the other ones. I'm sorry. So I apologize. It is. I'm such a scatterbrain. I have papers and binders of things. It's very unorganized. It's definitely a little microcosm of some of this chaos. And I'm just like, geez, I don't.
But
anyways, I'm sorry for that. But Kelly's Keys.
Yes, you named it. And Greg asked you I know you watch Juan. You tell me that, right? And yeah, you do say that you kind of see these different channels, popping in and out in these different social media accounts. It's like it's for a purpose. It serves a certain purpose, and maybe their quote unquote assignment is done. So then they kind of roll off, because you're right. Some of these people from the very beginning, they're not here. Where are they?
Right. Right, absolutely, and you know what, Juan, just to touch on the Juan, I've since your videos and my discovery of Juan, I've probably haven't missed a video of Juan. You know, prior to Q, a lot of things for, I'm sure a lot of people in this audience, just things didn't pass the smell test in life, and Juan over the years has cleared up so many things. He's just a wealth of wisdom, and I think the world of him from a distance. And so Juan is of course one that I'm sure everybody in this audience agrees is a no-brainer. You have to listen. You can't miss it. And so Juan, I love Jerry's show, Jerry Foley. I love his show, Gideon's. Yeah. There's others for sure, and you know, I have a list on my computer that I check to see if there's any new uploads for sure. But those ones, it's kind of, you know, close to this side of the movement, but you can get a little esoteric and strange and go down some rabbit holes, which I'm sure a lot of people have done over the years. But you kind of, you know, you move on from those things, and you kind of lean towards what resonates. So that's where I stand with. I'm kind of leaning towards these things because that's where it feels closer to my heart and my spirit right now. So
right, yeah, very good. Well, thank you, Taff, for being so open and honest, and just such a great friend of ours. In terms of the social media, we are very careful, and we should be, right, on who we follow or who we attach our names to. And you are one of the few people that we are very humbled and honored to attach our names to, is you. And you're a very good friend, even though we've never met you in person, we've never seen your face, but you are a true friend to both Greg and I. Yes. And we just want to thank you for just everything you've done for us and all of it. So we're going to have another Nugget report. The next one, I believe, is going to be with Juan and Jennifer. We're going to do a little reminiscing down memory lane.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait. I'll be watching. Okay, so thanks, Tab. Thanks, Hub.
Thank you, Kellyanne. Thank you again for everything. Greg, Kellyanne, salute.
Salute.
Yeah. There's no accident. No coincidence. Everything happens in an instant or combination of instances. Same difference. For this moment, your soul chose it. And right above the dome, he knows it. I think we got more than we know, but I don't mean in posts. Our spirit gets lifted every time we spread the light for the Holy Ghost. Here on a mission, keep our vision in the night, and we keep him close. Give it all in this fight, make it right in this life, until we going home. Yeah, we'll meet our Father, meet our Maker, and feel that kind of love that do not waver. Until then, we in a battle for the truth. We spread his message every second, we the news. It's our time like we own this. Got pocket watches wrapped on both wrists. 11th hour so we don't miss. Over the target where the scope sits. And that's where we sit. Many hands make light work. In Kekistan we make the lights work. So tell a friend but invite first, cause we don't kick it with no vipers. The promised land is in the Twitterverse, but then expands to the universe. So be the plan, then we beat the curse. Blood of the lamb make the sheep disperse. They on the lamb but they need to fly. With double meanings, Roth and John know why. We get the message cause we qualify. The letter home is a cue that'll quantify. For the better reading every line. Return to sender like we mail the sky. In our hearts we got God in mind, but in our soul we know it's our time.